Let's talk about the Dem problems on the base side not down in Texas. Actually, this is nationwide. So I just lost my place here because you guys got so
Well, so
passionate.
there's
And I
two things. Yeah, I mean, there's like,
here we go. So the DNC is launching a listening tour aimed at Democratic voters who turned out in 2020 but stayed home in 2024. Here's my problem with this, Dan. I mean, the DNC is not exactly known for admirable self-reflection, right? They buried the 2024 autopsy. So what happens when they do, this survey and it comes back and says, actually, voters just really didn't like Kamala, so they decided not to show up. Are they going to bury that too?
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. They did the survey in partnership with other people. This is their quote solution to the survey, which is that 1 million plus Democrats who voted in 20 stayed home in 24, which is true. The issue is that they're ducking the main issue, which is, and some people have made these points in some of the press stories as part of this rollout, which is, it's not that the 1.5 million voters weren't being communicated with. It's not that they did not hear what we were saying. They did hear. They just didn't like the candidate. And they didn't like what they were being sold as a reason to vote. And that's the elephant in the room. So you can try to put lipstick on the pig and sell people, well, we actually just didn't communicate with them. Shame on us, but that's just not true. So this is one of the many kind of Ken Martin jokes that everyone in the party just rolls their eyes and laughs about. It's a problem.
Yeah,
he's a problem.
I'm going to tie this actually in with our next topic since it's Democrat sort of drama continued. Colin Allred, who obviously was running for Senate in Texas, pulls out of the race when Jasmine Crockett jumped in. He endorsed her last night for this primary, and this comes right after he got in this tiff over the weekend with James Tallarico, who's also in the primary, over what he suggested were racist or race-baiting comments. Let's bring that up.
I understand that James Tallarico had the temerity and the audacity to say to a black woman that he had signed up to run against a mediocre black man, meaning me, not a formidable, intelligent black woman, meaning Jasmine Crockett. Let me just break this down into a few segments here. First of all, let me just give you some free advice, James. If you want to compliment black women, just do it. Just do it. Don't do it while also tearing down a black man, okay? We've seen that play before. We're sick and tired of it. We're tired of folks using praise for black women to mask criticism for black men. That's not good for our community. It's not good. It doesn't work, and we know what you're doing. Let me just say to all the young black men out there, all the young men who come from tough background, struggle growing up, who maybe think that someday you want to put yourself forward as a leader in your community. It's going to have haters like this are going to show up.
Really interesting here, Dan. I mean, look, I get that Tallarico hurt his feelings here, and maybe that's too simple of a way to describe it. But like, Colin Allred has long been considered more sort of pragmatic in the party. He's got to know what it takes to win Texas. Like, this seems very personal. And like, I guess, is he putting the personal drama ahead of winning Texas?
Yeah, I mean, whenever somebody does something like this, you have to ask first off, like, what happened? And you said Tallarico was talking to a like influencer weeks ago about the kind of state of his race. Like, I started running against Allard and now I'm running against Crockett. And so the reference was to, I kind of was running against a candidate who was right? And he's a black man. And now I'm running against kind of a, hot base loving, like hot as in like the base loves her, black woman, right? It's a very different set of dynamics. And he was walking the journalist through. So you ask yourself, why would Allard do this? First off, it's disgraceful and outrageous what he is doing. One, this is total jealousy. He was the star of Democrats in Texas. Hey, if we're going to win it back, like it's always been our, Charlie Brown with the football, this guy could do it. And now people don't talk about him. The second is, this is pure race politics within our party. Who is Crockett struggling with? Black men, right? Black men historically with black women, it's been an interesting dynamic. He is trying to pull them back over to Crockett, who he endorsed last night, by splitting them off. He raised this issue to then kind of trash talk Tallarico, to try to punch and say, oh, he's trying to divide us. He's talking bad about black men. Like, In other words, you should be with Crockett. And coming after Saturday, when for the first time and probably since Ann Richards, Democrats are actually saying, like, could we really maybe win in Texas? You know, things have to go our way on the Republican side. To come out and pull this stunt, it's disgraceful. I hope he pays a price in the party in the future. He should be ashamed.
Sean, you guys must be loving this after getting a bunch.
Wow.
Like it's, whew,
It's fascinating to me. I mean, frankly, the interesting thing about it is I personally believe that if you ever even thought you had a shot in Texas, Jasmine Crockett is not the horse to bet on. I mean, I think that, but I'll leave that to the Democrats to decide. It's great because
he knows that. He's like,
Of course. Of course.
I also think that, like, it's like if you get out, you want the person, you want that person to win. He endorsed Crockett, so obviously he needs to show that he's got some stick when it comes to who he's supporting. But I love this.
Well, and here's the problem too, which is that, this has always been an issue in the Democratic Party. The Black and the brown communities have never really gotten along, right? They both have always kind of vied for dad's attention, so to speak, to say, like, hey, focus on us and you should make investments in our community and get out the vote and everything. And I think that Allard knows this divide. So it is really hard for us to win a general election. Let's say Paxton's the nominee. Republicans are divided. They're frustrated. Talrico wins. We need the Black and the brown communities together. We can't be spending time, money, and energy trying to mend this fight that a fellow Democrat started. It's crazy.
And just a reminder, primaries in a month now?
Yeah.
Well, by the way, that's going to be fascinating on both sides. Watching how this thing plays out.
And I believe that early voting, which of course all Republicans hate, starts in 2 weeks.
What? Just last thing here before we go to questions, Dan. Who do you think wins in this primary still? Is it Talrico or does?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so.